Hey everybody, it's The Shape. This is my second channel. I call it The Octagon. I'm coming up with a better name. That's awful. I was going to do UFC fights is the reason I call it The Octagon, but I'm going to change the name to something more appropriate, to be quite honest. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was actually pretty shocked on how well the last video done, being as I never really took a dive into true crime. Delphi video on both my channels, my main channel and this one, did rather good thanks to you guys, man. I really appreciate it. That was awesome. A big show of support. In fact,
on this channel alone, I had 260 subs before the upload, and now I think I'm around 1,500. So, wow.
crazy. So awesome. You guys rock. And of course, thank you to all my OG subs and the ones that come from my main channel. You guys are awesome. And if you're sub to this channel but not sub to that one, maybe you want to go check that one out.
Not for the plug-in.
No, just,
That's it.
But of course, with, all my new subs, which I really appreciate, and I have talked to a few of you in the comments. You guys are awesome. Really logical-minded individuals. But of course, with the good comes the bad. Got quite a bit of people that they come to a channel to hate. They don't care what you say or what you point out. They're going to be hateful in the comments regardless. Now, if you respect me, and at least when you comment, you're respectful, I will engage with you. And who knows, you might be right on some things, and I'm not too proud to admit if I'm wrong. But that don't give you the right to come here and name call and stuff. I want you to think of it this way. When you come to my channel, you're in my house. Okay, this is my house. And when you come on it, that's no different than me inviting you right through my front door. Okay, you learn this stuff in kindergarten. You keep your hands to yourself. You're respectful. And treat others the way you yourself want to be treated. Consider this your first
and last warning.
Because all I gotta do is turn your comments off. I get your view, I get your like, dislike, either one's good for me, and nobody can read your comments. So think about it before you comment. Whew! Now there's a few people that said, well, how can we trust a guy in a hockey mask? And you mean you can't? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, that is a bit strange. But all YouTubers wear a mask, believe it or not. At least mine you can see. It should be what's in here. Now, I'm going to start off by saying when you look at his shoe, what you can see is there's this one spot where there's a really reflective little dot on there. Now, this could be like just a regular hard toe, not steel toe, but hard toe, like a boot shoe for casual, like walking down trails, not heavy duty. That's kind of like a tennis shoe and boot mix, blue or not blue, but like a brown or black. They got light trail boots, or it could be just tennis shoes with a brown color, black color, just a dark color in general. But let's kind of move on up to the jeans, the knees, and I wanted to point out a few things that I've heard others talk about, and also a few things that I think. Alright, looking at the jeans, I've heard some people say, oh, they're wore out jeans. I've heard other people say they're new jeans. But here's what I can tell you about the jeans. If I was guessing, I would say the jeans are a size or two too big. If I was guessing, I would say like a 34 waist, 32 length. That's just a guess. And if they're new or not, I have no idea. Now, some people say, well, it looks like the knees are wore out. That's possible because maybe he's on his knees. Huh? And also, people talk about in certain frames you can see like a cylinder, like a blunt object in his pocket. But in some of the frames you can't see it. So is it really there? And if it is there, what is it? Now, I was thinking, if I had a bludgeoning type tool, what kind of tool would I use that ain't too much to carry, that serves more than one purpose? And I thought really hard. I was like, And when I looked at it, I mean, in this one frame, you can see it. I was thinking, why not a mag light? And if you're wondering what a mag light is, some cops use it. It's a big old, long, heavy-duty flashlight. I'll give you a picture. And it's made out of like a metal or steel. Stainless steel, I think. Real long. You could pop somebody in the head with that. And probably be lights out. Also, it can be used, it's a flashlight. So it serves two purposes. Now, as we move up his body a little bit, people say they see something that looks like a fanny pack. I've heard people say that it could be a kill kit, like all of his tools in that little pack, which it's possible. Now, the problem being, you can't really tell. It's so pixelated and just poor quality in general. However, in some frames, it don't look three-dimensional. And it looks like a shirt tail, just hanging below his coat. And then other frames, it looks like it's a pack. I think it's a shirt tail. However, I'm also willing to think, well, it could be a pack. What would you carry in it? You could carry your ID and a chainsaw. I'm just kidding. But no, you could really, you could carry stuff to restraints, weapons, knives, a whole bunch of different things. But to me, it looks like a shirt tail because it don't look solid in all the images. Let me show you what I mean by that. I could be wrong. It won't be the first time, but to me, it looks like a shirt tail. That's what it looks like. Now, one observation that really did get my attention was there is an imprint on his blue coat that is shaped like a Glock pistol. And it's not shaped like a pistol, like a revolver, because they got those round cylinders that would push out more. It's all kind of flat on the side, and that's how you would know it's not a revolver. It does look like a Glock on the inside pocket, and the reason I would say that it's on the inside pocket is because it looks like it's pointing away from him, which I'll show you a picture. Instead, like if you put it in an outside pocket like this right here, it would be pointing towards your belly button. But if you pulled your coat out and put it in an inside pocket, it would be pointing away from you. Does that make sense? So, yeah, that really does look like one. Now, is it? It's there throughout the whole, each frame. So whatever it is a solid object. A gun, I couldn't tell you, but it looks like one. So maybe we need to talk about the multiple layers of clothing, because it's obvious he's probably wearing 3 or 4 on top. Now, in my last video I done on this, I pointed out that part around his neck that kind of looks like a skull, a black, like a face mask or tactical face mask. And it's possible. I've heard people say it looks like goggles, and I'm thinking, why would you wear goggles? Oh, to keep blood out of your eye. Really now? Come on. You're wearing goggles on a trail? Gee, nobody will think that looks weird at all. Of course, a skull face mask. But anyway, I didn't say my theory was 100% foolproof. I just said it's my opinion.
Now, the coat's blue, and I said they could also, if this
suspect wanted to pretend to be an officer of the law, a kid would or a young teen would equate blue, possibly undercover cop. Just saying. Now, don't start cussing your TV or your telephone out. Saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Shh. Now let's talk about his face. Okay? In some of the frames, it looks like he's wearing a hat, and then in other frames, it looks like it's his hair, and then other frames, it looks like a hoodie. So, unfortunately, it's too grainy to really tell. So that really gets you thinking, don't it? To me, it looks like a short-billed cap of some sorts. I mean, it could be a toboggan. We don't know because the quality is poor. That does look like a face mask to me around his neck. Looks like he's got a mustache, but maybe he don't. I mean, if you look at the first sketch, the first 2 years, the old guy, then you look at the second sketch of the younger guy, there's a striking difference between the two. I've heard people say, combine the image. What? I've heard people say, don't even worry about the first image of the old guy. New guy is all we're focused on. It makes you almost feel like that first 2 years was a waste. But this is really how I feel about this video. There's not much you can glean from it. But, I mean, you can see some things that are questionable. We're going to do more in-depth on multiple different things. This case, among others. On my main channel, I do paranormal type debunking, Bigfoot, ghosts, demons, blah, blah, blah. Anything paranormal. On this channel, I'm expanding my universe, and as good as it's doing, I mean, like I said, thanks to all of you guys, that is. I really appreciate it. I've noticed that people are passionate about this. But, you know, I watched this channel called Cop Facts, and he said some things that made sense to me. To maybe not talk about the case so much, because it'd be harder for them cops and all involved to get a conviction. I look at it this way as well. For every month that this guy is not behind bars, that's a month off his sentence. They've had over 4 years. They've had video, audio, crime scene, staged crime scene at that. He's already had 4 years off of his sentence. And for every month, it's another month he's free. It's a month off his sentence. A week off his sentence. I'm never going to point fingers and say, well, I think it's this guy, or I think it's that guy. I'm just going to talk about the case itself. Okay? I'm going to state my opinion. I have a few people in my mind that I think it could be. My job ain't to point fingers. I just want to bring awareness to this case to help. This guy's ran free long enough. You kind of feel defenseless because you just want this case closed. Now, I'm going to state the obvious for everybody. Libby done more for this case in just a few minutes than all these resources, these officers, different law, like FBI or all these resources have done in over 4 years. She done in just a matter of minutes. She's a hero. Enough good thing. I mean, both of those girls, Libby and Abby. So it's just frustrating, but I'm going to keep grinding, and that's the way I roll. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for all you do. I really appreciate it. I had no idea both those videos would do that well, but it's a relief knowing that you guys are allowing me to branch out and do more. So by the time I upload this video, I've got another one going on my main channel. And comment below what your thoughts is on this case. Like I said, I try to interact with everybody. My subs will definitely tell you that's me in the comments when I heart one and talk. That's me. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.